Yeah, you are welcome to the Benin Advancement Forum, the home of all the Benis worldwide. And I hope you people are doing great in this Saturday, 25th of January 2025. Yes, there's a lot going on in our state today and yesterday, and it has been going on for the whole week. And I hope everyone's safe and let's see what we can what we can talk about now. Where to start with because there's really a lot going on, a lot happening. First of all, let me start with the issue of the palace of the Oba of Benin, the palace of the Edo people, the palace of all the Benins, because we all are from the Benin Empire, and as well, we all are royals, and we all are Benin, Edo, Ikwere, Owa, Ika, Isan, Isako, Owan, Akoku Edo, and so on. Uh, yes, yesterday, 2 days ago, there was a press briefing from the Palace of the Oba of Benin that concerned the use of the Benin royalties, like the Ada and Ebe, and like the use of Ukuku, which is reserved for the wives of the Oba of Benin, and the use of Ada and Eben is also reserved for some chiefs, Inige, Ohen, Ikiohen of the Benin Empire. If you are not given the Ada and Eben, you are not supposed to use it. That is the law. It has been the law of the land for a very, very long time, And I have been advocating for this to happen. But I would have loved with more explanation, with more education from the palace of the Oba of Benin. Because forbidden things without education don't usually function. If you educate the people and allow them to understand why this is forbidden, why you cannot use it, people will now understand and they will adopt quickly. And they will also find alternative. But as it is now, people are not well educated about it, and they don't even know why it's forbidden and why they cannot use it. I think the palace of the Oba of Benin, the pressmen and all that was around the briefing was a little bit confusing for the people who were watching this video. And I want to make them to understand why it's very, very important. I would have loved to put some graphic here today, but I couldn't find time to upload some graphic uh, of the okuku here. But if you look at the our logo here, you will see the Ada and Eben. The Ada and Eben is reserved, as I said before, for the Benin chiefs. For the Benin chiefs, not all the Benin chiefs have the Ada and Eben. The Ada and Eben is given to people because of their astounding activities, astounding representatives of the Benin Empire, what they did for the Benin Empire. This is just as a gift for them. This represents it's like when you give somebody a permission to be using it. The other Annabelle represent the royalty. Some of the Enogies are having it. Some of the Gyohens have it, not all. And some of our Benin chiefs have it, not all. You see, this is very, very important because we need to be differentiating. Nobody is saying you cannot buy other Annabelle. Nobody is saying you cannot uh, display other Annabelle. But using it in your own marriage, in your own ceremony, without the permission of the palace, is an abomination. People need to know this. And people need to understand that during ceremony, the Eben don't fall to the ground. It's also an abomination. Every chief that is displaying the Eben, using the Eben to dance, has to be very, very careful not to touch the ground when dancing, or not to fall to the ground. And when it's fell to the ground, there's a lot of sacrifice and ceremonies that is needed to be done, that this chief could return to his place in the palace. People need to understand this. And this is what the palace, those people that is giving out the information, they are lack of educating our people to make them to understand the implication of all this. And we need to explain things to them, the implications of what they are doing. And then they also talk about the okuku. Yes, okuku, or oku, or whatever they call it in Benin or Edo language. If you look at the wives of the Obas, right from time, there's also a difference. If there are four wives, the four wives had different kuku. If you watch it, look at it very well, then you will understand that this difference has a meaning. The first wife of the Oba of Benin, which has the first son, which is the Benin prince, also has a symbol on his head in this okuku. And those step like the seniority in their role in the palace also have a signal. There's a sign in there. These are tradition we need to follow. We will not say because of modern time that we will neglect our tradition. I have been saying this, our press secretary in the palace, our press people who come out to brief the press, the public, they lack this system of educating our people about all this. Forbidden have never make anything to function or to change. But explanation and educating people about issues make people to think twice. Then we have the beat, this one that is most of the chiefs put on. They put it on not because it's because of just design and fashion and so. No. Every chief, every set of chiefs have their own bead styles. Some have the small one, some have the big one, and some have the very big one. It's according to your stage in the palace, in the chieftaincy titles, you will be decorated. Normally, every year, all the chiefs in Benin had to bring their beads to the palace of the Oba of Benin. These beads will be returned to them if they have the manner, if they have, I would say, if they have the ability, if they have what it takes to be a Benin chief or a Benin representative, will be given back to them. Those who doesn't want it, their beads will be retained in the palace. And at the same time, the bead has a lot of meaning, just like the Ukwakbata and different hairstyles. Everything has a meaning in Benin royalties. We will not say today because of civilization, because of uh, the destruction of our tradition by the British and all that, that now we abandon our tradition, or because of Christianity or Islam that we abandon our tradition and custom. No. The English people have their own. We have our own. We must not be comparing ourselves with those people because we have different culture, we have different tradition. Everything about us is different. We have been surviving this world because everything about us is different from other people. You see, and the palace have to be coming up before the press briefing with a form of a press conference, educating people about the tradition and custom of the Benin people. There's a lot we need to learn, including me. There's a lot I need to learn about the Benin tradition and custom. These are law you cannot change. Many people now are complaining, what do we use? Yes, we have been using others before people start using kuku and start using uh, our traditional dress just like fashion without respect. I think our tradition and custom deserve respect and need to be treated that way. The Edo people are very, very creative people, and I believe we can create other ones that we can be using. There's no need to be bitter about all this because there's no need for it. It's not called for. But I don't blame you people because you people doesn't know much about this. And you see, when I look at some image or videos in the social media, how our people are displaying our tradition and culture, I'm very, very happy sometimes. And I'm very, very proud of my tradition and custom. But sometimes it makes me to be angry that people who are supposed to understand how valuable our custom and tradition is as misusing them, especially during film acting or some cultural groups that has been displaying this. I think we have to look for alternative for this. And I think the Benin Palace will also help in doing that. Yes, that is about the palace issue. Now let me talk about the political issue in Edo State today. Yes, the governorship election is over, and we have a new governor in Edo State. For me, I'm an Edo person. I'm not interested in politics or supporting any of the candidates that run for the governorship election, but someone won the election, as the INEC or INEC said. In Nigeria, it's always a conflict. If you lose, If people lose, they don't usually agree that they lose. Why? Because of the art and the way elections are conducted by us. Our system is like the American system. It paves way for manipulation and others, either through spreading of lies, spreading of fake information and others, and even manipulating the electronic votes and machines. But what I'm saying now, I don't have evidence about it, but this is what I have observed and I have experienced. Now, we have some cases in Nigeria where the winner become the loser, where the loser become the winner, because there's somebody sitting in the court that will decide the outcome of the election. The election, as it look, is not about the people, but it's about the party and the candidate. The people who vote will say, we want our mandate back. How do you know that your mandate was stolen? How do you know the winner? And those who are conducting the election are not trusted. So I think we have to start somewhere, because all this we are seeing today has an economic implication for Edo State. We are fighting ourselves. The federal government are sharing projects, are sharing the federal fund to other states, while Edo is left aside. Edo is not even mentioned in all the projects in the federal level. Go and look at it yourself. We are fighting ourselves while they are kicking us aside. All the projects are going to southwest, they are going to the north, and they are going to the southeast. None of them is going to Edo State. We doesn't have international airport. We doesn't have seaport. We doesn't have an expressway that is passing through Benin. We doesn't have train. We doesn't have any federal project in Edo State. Who is an oil producing, who is a gas producing state are being left out of all the projects. Nobody is talking about that. We are fighting about governorship, who we inherit who, and all that. It's a pity. It's a shame to us that we are fighting ourselves in all levels. And that is why we cannot produce a leader for Nigeria if we continue this way. Because if you look at all our leaders today, they are being fought to zero. If it is Nelson Wike, if it is Oshomole, if it is Anene, if it is who, they are all brought to standstill and as a disgrace. But we are not also producing people who will emerge as a leader in the future. And that is a pity. If we continue to fight ourselves, we will not be able to unite the Benin. We want a Benin, a united nation of Benin, who will stand for their people. But if we continue in this form, in this level, it's going to be very, very difficult. Let's put our political grievances aside, political membership aside. Let's focus on Benin first. Benin first, South first, as the Yorubas are doing it. Then I think we will emerge a winner in Nigeria. But if we fail to do that, then we will be the loser in Nigeria. And last but not the least, the Emowa our Mowa Museum, you know, I've always said this, you know, some decision is not the perfect decision and it's not the correct decision. If I were to be the governor of Edo State today, I believe Imowa or Mowa is also a win for Edo State. I would have allowed Mowa to continue without restriction. And at the same time, the Benin Royal Museum will continue as planned and promised because it makes us look great if we have two museums. We can have one as a digital museum and we can have one as normal museum where people go and see all this. This will make Edo look great. Although at the beginning I was against Mowa because of the way it was presented and the way everything was brought to the table. But today I think sometimes you need to think twice, review the situation. We have started everything. The governor has, the former governor started everything. Now we have to finish. We shouldn't be closing projects because all the money spent on that project is lost if we cannot utilize it. And that is why it's very, very important. We have to continue with it. Like it or not, we are going to pay that money back. That money is borrowed. It's not as a gift. That is what you should know. Because the mistake has already been made. But let's do the best out of it. Let's make the best out of it. MOWA should continue. That is my own. And the Benin Royal Museum should be built as promised by the governor, as promised by the new government of the state without closing MOWA Museum. Because MOWA Museum will also represent us. You know, because from my own view, from my own perspective, I would say let us continue with both of them. We shouldn't be using all this as a political tools. Because for me, anything that is being used as a political weapon against our people is also against me. And that is why the reason I was against MOWA at the first. But if you view all my broadcasts that period, you will also understand that I was also in a way supporting two museums in Edo State. MOWA can continue. It can be a digital, it can be there are so many ways people are now creating museums. And at the same time, the Benin Royal Museum should stand because people are going to be employed there. We create jobs for our people, for long time job. And people will be coming there to see what we are capable of. What we are having today is the creation of our forefathers, but let us also create our own that we will be proud of. I think like the Benin Palace think twice before agreeing to the governor of closing in MOWA because I believe MOWA is also a win-win for the Benin tradition and for our people. And the Royal Palace or the Royal Museum is also a win-win for us. You don't have to kill one for the other because this is all our money. It is we who is paying that money. It's not even the governor. So this is the money of Edo State and we need to utilize it as it's supposed to be utilized. And yes, it's a good idea that the Palace of the Oba of Benin is now being included in the planning and in the execution. But as I said, we need both of them. Benin needs projects that will make Benin proud. We need electricity. We need international airport. We need international seaport. We need so many. So deep water seaport. We need so many. While Lagos is having two, they are distributing international airport to so many other states. And Edo State is left behind. They will be excusing that Edo is close to Ondo State. Yes, we are close to Ondo State, but we are not Ondo State. We are Edo State. And we should be treated that way. And our people are just lukewarm when it comes to all these issues. All we vibrate, all we do in the social media, everyday activities is about who be our governor, who doesn't be our governor, which party do you belong, APC, PDP, Labour Party, and so on. We are not the first people that started doing election, and we will not be the last. Even the Westerners, they are telling you now that democracy is at the point of collapse because of what they are experiencing, because of how the social media has now influenced democracy. So, thank you for joining me today, and I'm glad that I've been able to be out today and also do the broadcast. Thank you, and have a great day. And what you are seeing here in this video, this masquerade, this is the Igwe festival of the Ebuhen in EC. And the Igwe festival is ongoing, it's going on. And today is Ewere and Ubi and the Nubi. Then tomorrow we have the tradition of this masquerade you are seeing, Ekbo. Tomorrow is, we say, Agbekbo. And this one you are seeing, this very one that is dancing where the video is, this is the Olokun number. And this is Uvi, the other one here. And so many other ones that we follow. They all have names, named after the palace, named after so many great people in the Benin. And this place you are today, this is the resident of the Ohen, or we call it the Palace of the Ohen. This is where the Igbo took place. And during the Igwe festival, it's just like that of the Benin, or in the palace. After the Oba has his own Igwe festival, then the whole Edo will not have its own Igwe festival. We also have that in tradition. After the Ohen celebrate his Igwe festival, it is the same day after the Ohen, then the remaining people will now also celebrate their Igwe festival. And during the Ewere people will first of all come to the Ohen palace and serve him with the Ewere leaves. Then from there, they will continue to other places. From there, they will go to the Odionwere, go to other places, and also displace their culture. And at the same time, Lubirie, when the Ubi come, we have what they call Adanene or Adaneha, where the Ubi start. Trying to chase all the evils, all the criminal elements out of our community. Or before then, we have what we call Ikpogede. This masquerade is being dressed and with the leaf of the plantain, the dry one, and it's a very, very interesting masquerade. And the next day, then we have Epo, and this is what you are seeing in this video today. So thank you for joining me, and have a great day. Bye-bye. So, yeah.